Good afternoon, Andrew!
Yeah, good afternoon, Tom. I'm very much looking forward to beautiful sunshine, Tom, on the way to the southwest again.
I mean, we're so lucky. Hello there, good afternoon to you too. A very warm welcome back for another festive helping of Fournilwrittenalloverit. As Andrew just said there, southwestern away days continue. I can't see a thing, if I'm honest. I don't even know if we're in the shop. Very much looking forward to bringing you along for this one. This could well be the best video we make for the rest of the year, Andrew.
I think it could well be the rest of the year's best vid, Tom.
If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, please do consider doing so. So much to come for you in 2024. How much is there to come in 2024?
So much, Tom. In fact, half a season to come, Tom.
Draw us a follow on X and Instagram for all the behind the scenes content. So much behind the scenes stuff going on social media.
Lots of it, Tom. People don't see that behind the scenes.
We're off to Exeter tonight, and this will demand a Blackpool style response after what's been a pretty disappointing week following Pompey.
This requires, Tom, a Blackpool Tower fire.
It wasn't actually a fire though, was it? It was just orange tarpauling.
Yeah, but like a fire.
Like a fire. I think fans, players, collectively, all we need to hold our nerve a little bit. Still a very strong position that we find ourselves in. Every other team in the league has lost at least double the amount that we have at this stage. Boxing Day brought Exeter to their first league win since September. It is January on Monday, so that maybe tells you just how long they've been waiting for one. So they'll be confident.
They're obviously playing a lot better now because they're starting to get some results. So it'll be a tough battle, mate. It ain't going to be easy for us.
A Northampton style, a Shrewsbury style away performance. We know we have it in us. We know this group of players has it in them, and that will put us right back on track.
Right back on track, Tom.
Long time no see.
Been a few days. I'm expecting the team to push through and make a statement.
6 draws out of 7 here, so it's always a tough place to come for us.
Some might argue that they started the season very well, and obviously they came down to Fratton Park and narrowly only lost. Performances of late haven't been great, but you know, if we really want to be realistic about finishing top of the league, you have to look at about 2 points per game, which is obviously win, draw, etc. So be a good test, always is when you come down here, so let's just wait and see.
Last time we had a bad result, we went on 1-5 on the road in a row, didn't we, and didn't concede a goal. So you've got to start that again tonight. Should be a good night. It's lovely to see everyone.
Lovely to see you.
Always.
Boring pedestrian Pompey, I'm afraid. Not an awful lot to report.
I mean, the best part of that half was just going to the toilet. I felt so pleasurable out of that rather than the game itself. I mean, the atmosphere's not too bad.
I think the ball comes in and then there's a predictable 2 or 3 seconds before we then think, where's it going to go?
Performance on the pitch at the moment, mate, it just ain't clicking. Norris's distribution isn't with it tonight. Route 1 is clearly going to have to be the thing in the second half if we're going to get anything out of this, because Exeter's caught us out a few times from the back.
Oh, mate, we're Pompey, we're mental, we're off our effing heads.
Something's missing, and I don't know if it's the DMs need to do a bit more, show a bit more. We need players to be playing on the half turn. It's been very sideways, a lot of long balls going astray.
Let's hope that we can get the 3 points to turn it around the second half.
It feels like a knife edge moment. Oh, hi everyone. Let's see what happens. 10 minutes to go. Absolutely not. It fell over. Oh dear. Yes, oh dear. 2 points from 9 is absolutely shocking. Call a spade. We'll always give you honesty here on Fournilwrittenalloverit, and that's far from good enough, I'm afraid. In a week of Fleetwood, Bristol Rovers and Exeter, with no disrespect to Exeter, I thought we did really well tonight. That was bloody awful, Barm. We could have stayed there until next week and still not scored.
It felt like that.
Yeah.
It took until the subs again for it to be changed up, for us to really be making a difference, making an impact on the game at all. The team screams tired. The lack of depth or quality in depth is showing. It's highlighting what we need to go hunting for in January.
I don't think anyone can quite put their finger on the reason for the drop in performances, Retro. Can you enlighten us?
Lethargic, probably because of using squad players to fill in the gaps over a busy schedule over Christmas. You know, the game started off, players looked leggy, looked lethargic, disjointed. No one was running the channels. Norris's distribution was unusually poor. But we saw sparks when the first teamers came on. Sadie made nuisance himself. You know, it started to get a bit exciting again. But too little, too late. It may be the fact that our squad isn't as deep as we thought it was. Players are leggy. This is what we're seeing now. Hopefully they can recover and start put it right. My worry is we're going to lose Yengi. Bishop doesn't seem to be firing all cylinders, and the ranks look thin.
There'll be, and I said this a couple of weeks ago when we lost 4-0 to Blackpool, you'll be in one of two camps, and I feel like there's two camps that have probably reinvigorated and re-established themselves, really. Yeah. You are either top of the league, although it's still 2 points clear, we've done well enough and there's credit in the bank from this group of players to put on performances that we know can win games from tight situations and win games against top opposition. Or you're in the other camp where you have taken note of recent performances and are a little bit worried about the form of this Pompey side and the actual lack of chances, the lack of goals, the lack of overall output, the pedestrian Pompey football that we thought we'd rid ourselves of from the start of the season. Those are my two, I think. I don't know if there's maybe a middle ground.
There's a middle ground. If you play the football forwards rather than sideways and backwards, you've got a fair chance of winning the game.
But we haven't done that for...
We did that for the last 90 minutes.
We've done that for the last 90 minutes, but that's not been Pompey, has it?
No.
We saw flashes of what we've been about. We saw there was a sort of a 10-minute period there before we made the substitutions, before we went to that 3-5-2. I thought it's coming here. Retro turned to me behind me and said, it's coming here, it's coming. And it just didn't ever come, did it? No. So we cannot be patchy Pompey. We cannot be playing games in spells because that's not going to win you promotion. You're absolutely spot on. Very well organised Exeter side.
Yeah, they were very well organised. They played for the point. They're fighting for survival, and they got what they set out to do. They frustrated. Could have nicked it. They had a couple of chances. I think we made it easy for them with our mistakes. They turned up and they did what they did, and they did it well and frustrated us. It's just the inability of the team to stamp their authority on their games, take it by the scruff of the neck.
Massively.
You know, and we missed Morel today. When he came on, suddenly the ball was on the deck a lot more and we're passing it, and his distribution was superb. He came on with a sort of calmness which was lacking before that, so you know, he brought that on, which was nice to see.
I really like how much Kamara seemed to widen the pitch a little bit for us as well when he came on. I thought that was a real compliment to him. A lot of miles for not very many points over Christmas. It's been a really disappointing spell, isn't it? And a spell that we haven't faced as Pompey fans for a little while. It had so much of the Cheltenham's and Stevenage performances about it today for me.
We just looked short on ideas. Hopefully the Fratton faithful can get behind the boys on New Year's Day. The way we're going, the way we're slipping, your Boltons and your Peterboroughs are going to be knocking us out of that top two, and we can't be affording that.
We spoke about the gap narrowing on Tuesday after Rovers. It's a very, very slender lead at the top now that is actually within a game's swing, really, isn't it? When you think about just 2 points hanging in the balance. There's also, as you pointed out to me earlier on off camera, there's games in hand to consider in there as well, isn't there? So sorry it was bitterly disappointing once again. There's not really an awful lot to tell you about, really. It's not as difficult to do a post-match, isn't it? It was not much post-matching to do.
Especially when Cliffmus is here.
Is Cliffmus here, is it, Dill? Lot to think about. My worry is these games are coming far too thick and fast. It's Friday today, we go again on Monday. There's not enough time. You have your rest day tomorrow, you prep for the next game the day after. There's not enough time in between to sort these little niggly bits out, which I think have added up, and now all of a sudden we have a whole list of to-do things to sort out. We've got no time to address. It's a real issue.
So what we do is we go home from here
and get ready to go to Fratton on Monday.
Yes, happy Christmas.
Yes.
We're top of the league,
but
2 points
I tell you what, that is the best video we'll make for the rest of the year. Loved it. Thanks for joining us all year. This is the last video of 2023.
Not
Which
really.
camp are you in?
I'm saying we've got to.
Are you halfway between your middle ground
We've had a
camp?
sticky patch. We've got to get on with it.
Thanks for watching. Keep the faith, and as always,
Play out, Pompey.
see you next year.
See you next year.
Go south, there's a team down there. Go south.